sensation intersect high above the water. Rusky Bridge